Hello, my name is Gary Templeton. In this video, I'll be exploring a significant study that unites the concepts of organizational learning and control. The paper that I will be summarizing is called A Model of Organizational Learning Based on Control, written by myself and Charles Snyder. It was published in the International Journal for Technology Management in 1999. The concepts in this paper are timeless and remain relevant today. Let's break down the core elements of the paper and the model it proposes. The paper introduces a new theoretical model that aims to connect the roles of technology, knowledge, and control in organizations. We argue that organizations need a deeper understanding of how knowledge functions within control systems to improve knowledge management. By combining organizational learning and control theory, we believe managers can gain a clearer view of how knowledge flows through their systems, helping organizations better adapt and evolve. Historically, organizational theories have evolved significantly. According to Ballman, 1990, there are three key paradigms: the machine era, focused on efficiency; the systems approach, where external environments began influencing organizations; and the second-generation systems theory, which emphasizes organizational flexibility and learning. These paradigms provide the context for how control and learning have been understood within organizations, leading us to the need for newer models that reflect modern organizational challenges, especially with technology. Control theory examines how processes within organizations are regulated. The foundational model for this is William H. Newman's 1975 traditional organizational control process. Newman's model identifies sub-processes such as sensing, decision-making, and corrective actions, which ensure organizations meet desired outcomes. These sub-processes are depicted in Table 1, and they form the backbone of how organizations traditionally manage control. The paper also highlights how performance measurement has evolved over time. Early models focused on financial and operational control, but in today's knowledge-driven organizations, control increasingly revolves around managing intangible assets like knowledge and intellectual capital, as shown in Table 2. Learning theory, originally developed at the individual level, has since been expanded to organizational contexts. George Huber's 1991 work on organizational learning is key here. He identifies four critical processes: knowledge acquisition, information distribution, information interpretation, and organizational memory. These processes are vital in helping organizations build and retain knowledge, adapt to new challenges, and improve decision-making. Organizational learning becomes a way to not only understand past performance, but also to foster future adaptability. The paper emphasizes that organizational learning and control are inherently connected. Several authors, including Levitt and March, 1988, have noted that learning is routine-based and history-dependent, much like control mechanisms. Table 4 illustrates how components of control, like operations and decision-making, align with learning processes, creating a framework where control helps facilitate learning and learning improves control. The heart of the paper lies in its proposed model of technology control. This model describes how technology, encompassing tasks, techniques, knowledge, and tools, can be controlled and embedded within an organization's processes. By embedding knowledge in technological structures, organizations can improve stability and learning outcomes. Notice that the basis of this model is in general systems theory. We have inputs, processes, or the technology, and outputs. At the top of this model are two loops. Let's walk through the model as it would be used in practice. First, we start with the technology construct. In a manufacturing facility, this is all of the known structures involved in production, including tasks, techniques, knowledge, and tools. When engaged in operations, we collect data through a formal process of knowledge acquisition. During the process of knowledge acquisition, data is encoded into an organizational format that can be readily used, for example, database. and the data can be interpreted by the organization for decision making. But this interpretation is also informed by the norms of the organization. We make one of two types of decisions. That is a tactical or incremental change. In that case, the logic flows back to technology. When we complete this lower loop, that is called single loop learning and is considered a normal part of organizational functioning, incremental change. This single loop learning occurs most of the time in organizational life. If knowledge interpretation results in the decision to make a more radical or strategic change, then the logic flows upward. We contemplate a strategic change that may change our organizational frames of reference and may change our norms, which are later used in further decision making. This is double loop learning. Whereas single loop learning involves pre-programmed changes, double loop learning has no discernible pattern for change and is quite a bit more stressful to the organization. Double loop learning occurs far less often than incremental learning. Key points. First, the technology construct and levels of analysis. Orlikowski's 1992 technology construct is divided into physical tools and social technologies such as tasks and techniques. Understanding this distinction is crucial for analyzing how knowledge flows and gets embedded within organizations. Second, the role of knowledge technology. Knowledge itself is treated as a vital organizational asset, akin to a technology. Embedding this knowledge into structures allows organizations to maintain it, prevent its loss, and continue evolving by learning from past experiences. In conclusion, the paper offers a fresh perspective on how organizations can manage and control knowledge, viewing it not just as a resource to be used, but as something that can be embedded within technological and organizational structures. This framework provides managers with a tool for better understanding the complex interplay between control, learning, and technology. By focusing on knowledge as the central element of control, organizations can move towards greater stability and innovation. The authors call for future research and empirical work to validate this model and further explore its applications. If you found this video interesting, by all means go to the paper and read it. Consider using its concepts to inform your research. You can find the paper using the following reference. I hope you found this video useful. Thanks for watching.